This copyrighted broadcast of the Filipina Super League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the PSL. Good evening from Caloocan. The Kings took control early in game number 1, compounding the problems of the depleted lineup of the Warriors. To have any chance at getting the series to a third game, the Warriors will have to find that grit and heart that got them to the second seed in the playoffs. It is San Juan and Jensen only here in the PSL Presidents Cup 2025. The semifinals, this is game number 2. Hello everybody, my name is Sandy Brummel with Coach Mark the Don, and Andrea Veloso will join us later at the side. This is game number 2, and the Jensen Warriors played their worst game so far here in the PSL. They were defeated by 29 points by the San Juan Kings. Are you surprised?
No, I was not, and you'll see why here. You look at the assists, you look at the turnovers and the points from turnovers. 20 points from the turnovers here for the Kings. Absolutely obliterated the Jensen Warriors in game number 1.
Now we go to our marquee matchup. Dex Marquez scored only 9 points in this last game, and a dismal showing there by Larry Rodriguez, only 2 points. Our marquee matchup is presented to us by Daily Fantasy.
See the load that Larry Rodriguez has to carry without Jammer Hamito beside him. Really wore him down in that game against Dex Marquez, Michael Calisan, and the rest of that Kings front line. You see the averages for Larry Rodriguez, 12.7 boards a game, only had 2 points and 3 rebounds last game, as you said.
And I see Mark Cruz and Val Acuna wearing their uniforms. Are they going to play today? All right, let's ask Andrea Veloso. Andrea, what's the latest with Team Jensen?
Hi Sandy and Coach Mark. The Jensen Warriors are more than ready for this game 2. Grabe nga raw kasi yung lungkot at dismaya na naramdaman nila nung natalo sila nung game 1. Kaya wala silang sinayang na oras kahapon kundi mag-ensayo and to fix their lapses and mistakes and to work on their strengths. This team is definitely ready to turn that disappointment into motivation for victory. And Val Acuna will play today. Pero kung handa nga itong Jensen, handa rin namang tapusin ng San Juan Kings itong semifinal series. As per Coach Alex Angeles, he's confident pero paalala niya sa kanyang mga players, hindi naman basta-basta ibibigay ng Jensen ng panalo. So they need to be ready in all aspects, especially in physicality, to finally clinch their final spot. When we come back, Jensen versus San Juan, this is Filipina Super League, the semifinals.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Caloocan Sports Complex. This is the Game 2 of the best of 3 semifinals between the Jensen Warriors and San Juan Kings. This is Pilipinas Super League 2025 President's Cup in cooperation with Bolot Sports and presented by Daily Fantasy. Now it's time to meet the starting lineups from your super teams. First, from the Jensen Warriors. Starting guard number 4, Nico Elorde. Other guard number 7, Kyle Tolentino. At forward number 5, Larry Rodriguez. Other forward number 12, Marvin Janicio. And at center number 17, Gama Evangelista. Head coach is Boying Deloy. His assistants are Jesus Pido, Emmanuel Tolentino, Raisal Castro, Ray Polavier, team manager Merman Flores, team consultant Honorable Councilor Elvis Tolentino, and team owner Michael Pacquiao. And now let's meet the starters from San Juan Kings. Go for goal! Starting guard number 5, Orlan Wamar. To guard number 11, John Galinato. At forward number 2, Michael Calisan. Also at forward number 16, Zach Wong. And man in the middle, number 9, Dex Miquez. Head coach is Alex Angeles. His assistants are RB Mangas, Jonathan Banal, Nat Gregorio, James Ongpin, Jigs Camador, Jeff Taunera, Paulo Gorospe, team manager Jules Mon, and team owners Honorable.
Jensen Warriors will start with Nico Elorde, Kyle Tolentino, Gama Evangelista, Waro Indonesia, and Larry Rodriguez. The Kings will start with John Galinato, Orlan Wamar starting for the second time here in the semis, Zach Wang, Michael Calisan, and Dexter Miquez.
So it's same starting 5 here for the Kings. And for the Warriors, small adjustment, bringing in Kyle Tolentino back into that starting unit.
Well, the Jensen Warriors in the brink of elimination here, losing in game number 1 by 29 points. By the way, the officials, Ralph Moreto, Jerome Chester Guy, and Jaime Jimenez. And for the jump ball, it's going to be Zach Wang.
Gama.
Ay, nakatalikod, no?
Nakatalikod,
Gama Evangelista.
But this is one guy who really needs to step up his game, Gama Evangelista.
Ay, baliktad yung bench.
Nagbaliktad yung bench. Kaya may slight delay. Pati yung crowd lumipat.
Ganda na sana ng ano eh. ba't na
Nalipat
lumaalis
lang.
yung mga tao?
Akala mo, minasabi.
All right, we are set to go here again. There you see the starting 5 of the officials. Ralph Moreto, Jerome Chesterguy, and Jaime Jimenez. And the Jensen Warriors controlling the tip. Senator Jingoy Estrada is in the bench right now of the San Juan Kings. He missed only 1 game.
Oh, the good senator is always there to support his team.
Kyle Tolentino missing everything there. How about the performance of Kyle Tolentino in his last game? 1 out of 12 from the field, Mark.
Probably his worst game of the season in the wrong time for it to come. Kung kailan kailangan na kailangan to si Kyle to step up, doon pa siya inahabot ng bad game. Great ball pressure here by the Warriors. It's imperative for the Warriors here to start strong defensively, Sandy. They need to be able to make a stand and tell San Juan that you're not getting anything easy the same way they did in game number 1.
Well, the Jensen Warriors with a very slow start in game number 1 at the Navadesi Sports Convention Center. They're number 2 in the team standings coming into the semis. Kyle Tolentino, good ball movement. Evangelista, Larry Rodriguez, a dismal showing. And his first game here in the semis, Tolentino missing again. That's 2 air balls already
air balls,
for Kyle Tolentino.
So right now, he's running at 1 of 14 from game 1.
Ball stays with the Gensan Warriors as Nico Elorde will throw it in for the Warriors. Kyle Tolentino is their #1 scorer during the elimination round. Poked away by Dex Marquez, who had 9 points in his last game of the other night. He will score the first field goal here in game number 2.
And that's what we talked about last game with Dex Marquez. He slimmed down, giving him more speed and quick hands. Is still there, stripping the ball away from Larry Rodriguez and picking up Larry's first foul.
Marquez scored 9 points, 5 rebounds, and was 4 of 8 from the field. And he completes the 3-point play. So it's a 3-0 now for the San Juan Kings. Game 2 here in Caloocan. Gama Evangelista, Kyle Tolentino. Outside to Nico Elorde, looking for a French shot clock down to 2. And that's a 24-second shot clock violation.
Excellent point of attack defense there from San Juan, denying the flex cut kung saan dapat score si Kyle or getting the ball down to Larry Rodriguez. Obviously, the coaching staff of San Juan scouting well.
The Warriors had 18 turnovers in game number 1, plus 8 versus the San Juan Kings. Orlan Womar in his second starring role here in the semis of the PSL President's Cup. Number 1 in the assist department, and it goes out of bounds.
Better job defensively here in the half court for Gensan compared to how they started in game 1. They allowed 2 triples immediately to Orlan Womar.
And Gensan Warriors playing minus Jamer Hamito, who played a major role during the elimination round.
And none more so than that, the overtime win. He had 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. That's what they're missing right now, talking about the Warriors.
Kyle Tolentino, he is 0 of 2. If you will continue his performance, back in game number 1, he was 1 out of 12. And rebounded by Dex Marquez. Nice pass. Michael Calisan with a finish. And Orlan Womar threading the needle.
Dapat pa ba nating sabihing nice pass basta si Orlan Womar? Kasi laging nice pass yun eh. Look at the defense by Orlan Womar. What a job.
So he hounded Nico Elorde there. And both the players exchanging pleasantries. Nico Elorde did not like what Womar did to him.
Setting the tone
He
early.
was down and out, and you are just there trying to get that
lang.
basketball.
There's a review immediately. First 2.5 minutes of the game.
So both teams will go to their respective benches here as the officials will review the call. Game number 2 of the semifinals of the PSL President's Cup 2025. The San Juan Kings defeated the Gensan Warriors 80-51. That's a 29-point onslaught. 29-point massacre for the San Juan Kings the other night.
And it's hard to think about the Warriors in the 29-point blowout, given how well they played in the elimination round, finishing 8-2. Kahit yung mga laro nila, talo nila, dikit. See what happened here. The great ball pressure by Mawar, forcing Elorde into the turnover. Tapos yung little love tap here and there.
There was no excessive contact.
Wala
But
naman. Ang tagal kasi umalis ni Orlan.
angasan lang, angasan.
Nainip si Nico, gusto niya tumayo.
5-0 now. Gensan down by 5 to start the first quarter. Aprico in the game. Orlan Wamar. Shot clock at 3. Now it's 2. Mike Kess working inside. It's a 24-second shot clock violation. You know, I did mention during game number 1, Dex Mike Kess loves to operate inside. It is like his office.
And that's why Jensen sent 3 defenders at Dex Marquez, understanding na kailangan na lang pigilan tong malaking mama na to.
Alex Angeles, this is his 3rd game as the head coach of the San Juan Kings, and 2 players down on the floor.
And it's Elorde and Wamar again.
This is the aggressiveness, the level of aggression that we would like to see for General Santos, because they are number 2 here in the PSL. We did not see that in game number 1.
But unfortunately, that aggressiveness backfired on Nico Elorde.
But makakahawa yan eh.
Oh, and see them, Omar and Elorde. Ayun, parehong nabanggaan. I think they have to be careful, you know, maaga pa, and rein in their emotions because their teams need them.
Oh, Michael Calisan with his 2nd field goal of the game plus a foul. He will go to the free throw line.
Death, taxes, and Michael Calisan scoring in the paint. The sure things in life. Gama Evangelista has to move this week. Why would you pressure Michael Calisan 30 feet away from the basket? He's not going to shoot it from there.
Michael Calisan in game number 1 was perfect from the free throw line, had 14 points, and he will be celebrating his birthday on Feb 27. He will be 30 years old on Feb 27. That's 4 days from now, and Michael completes the 3-point play. So Michael Calisan with 5 points here in the first period. The pressure being put up by the San Juan Kings, 8-0 now. Hiruta brings it across. Here is Marvin Dionisio, who did not start in game number 1. Hiruta is fouled. And it's not in the active shooting.
He's probably the most aggressive defensively I've seen Orlan Wamar this season. Now, game 1, he was aggressive offensively, hunting for his own shot early. This time, defensively, he's being a menace.
But I'm sorry, Marvin Dionisio, by the way, start in game number 1. A.J. Benson also started for Jensen in game number 1, and A.J. Benson did not start here, will not start here. Kyle is open momentarily, but will not get it now. He has the basketball. There's the switch. Dionisio. Hiruta incoming. Bullseye.
It's a good sign for Aaron Hiruta. And this is another guy na kailangan nitong Jensen to really wake up and help out Kyle Tolentino and the rest of their offense.
He was 1 out of 2 in game number 1, scored 5 points. But was perfect from the field, from the free throw, played for almost 10 minutes. Good backs out there by the white shirts. Hiruta getting the rebound, and a bad pass by Hiruta. Wamar, nice acceleration, but he will be called for the offensive foul. So many bodies flying here in the first quarter.
And more importantly, that's the 2nd foul on Orlan Wamar.
And that signals the entry of Royce Alforque.
See the aggressiveness by Wamar. Nag-usapan natin.
Committing 2 fouls in the first quarter. That's pure aggression. Let's check in with Andrea Veloso. Andrea.
The Jensen Warriors admitted that they were overwhelmed by the aggressiveness and tempo of the San Juan Kings in game 1. Ironically, those were supposed to be their strengths, but the script was flipped against them. Determined to bounce back, they've made it a priority to stay true to their game today. As per Marvin Dionisio, who contributed 11 points in game 1, shared his perspective, saying he's focused on stepping up even more and hopes his teammates do the same, aiming for a game 3. But it looks like they're still looking for that flow. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Andrea. We can see the tempo and the aggressiveness up here for the Jensen Warriors. And Mark Cruz, who did not play in game number 1, will play today.
We'll see if that hammy's okay. He had some problems with his hamstring, much like Mac Talio from Pangasinan Nabono Reapers. He looks fine. He gets a steal of Michael Calisan.
Valacuña also in the game. Evangelista missing on the three, and there's a push. It's going to be on a Preco. Well, so many fouls given up here. With 5 minutes and 4 remaining, we are in the penalty already. Both teams are in the penalty already.
Mabilis yun.
And the line is Dex Maiquez, 33 years old from Pampanga. A lot of players there. It's,
Kung di
from
naman galing Pampanga, galing Cebu.
yun lang dalawa, no?
See stats from the first game, 9 points, 5 rebounds. A lot of those points really early in that first half where he did most of his damage.
This is game number 2, Gensan versus San Juan. Outside to Mark Cruz, guarded by John Galinato. There's the screen by Gama Evangelista. Working inside, he throws it up, rebounded by Dex Maiquez. Alforque, he sends it to Zach Wang. He puts the move, and he is fouled.
Valacuña also in the game.
A substitution for the Gensan Warriors. Rene Pacquiao in the game as we take a look at this replay here. Foul is called against Valacuña. Zach Wang played 12 minutes in game number 1, 0 of 3 from the field, and was 1 out of 4 from the free throw line. Scored only 1 point in game number 1. But he had 6 rebounds and 2 assists.
For Zach Wang, he's not really asked to score a lot. More of a defender, a scrapper with the 6 rebounds. And most important to note here, Sandy, the Warriors giving up too many free throws to start the game. Also, they already have 6 turnovers.
Rainier Lugnatan in the game for the San Juan Kings. And Valacuña, they need that field goal from Valacuña, who's been in and out here in the PSL President's Cup. That is an offensive foul on Royce Alforque, by the way. Kanina si Rainier Lugnatan, muntik nang hindi makalaro kasi yung leggings niya ibang kulay, itim eh. Bawal yan sa FEB eh. Kaya pag puti-puti kayong lahat, pag itim-itim kayong lahat.
Buti may baon.
Bumili yata sa harap. 4 minutes and 2 to go. Valacuña attacking the baseline. Preco with the offensive rebound. Cruz gets by Alforque. That's a 2-pointer.
Yeah, that's the scoring punch that they were lacking. Kanina we saw Valacuña drain the pull-up. This time it's Mark Cruz.
Calisan misfiring from mid-range. You know, you'll have a different look if Mark Cruz is in the game for Gensan. Acuña fading away. Battle for the rebound picked up by Viloria. The veteran Rainier Lugnatan guarded by Hiruta. Zach Wang for 3. Got it.
So immediately Zach Wang performing much better scoring-wise than his first game here in the semis.
Yeah, 0 of 3 in his first game. And Zach Wang now with his first 3-point field goal. Cruz missing on the 3 attempt.
Maraming kiskisan first quarter pa lang, Sandy.
Yes. So many exchange here in the first quarter. Rene Pacquiao on your screen, former player of Southwestern University.
See there, ayun. May palo. Delikado yung palo eh. Guess that's a swing. di ba?
Ay, re-review ulit. First quarter, and this will be our second review.
You know, write down running count ng reviews natin. I feel like marami today, including the second game later.
And the contention of Rene Pacquiao that he was elbowed.
Kasi,
We can see that the coaches are complaining right now compared to the first game.
Oh,
Medyo chill lang sila
chill lang
na
sila.
konti, no?
you know, I'm sure the coaching staff of Jensen understands what's at stake. You know, they lose today, they go home. They win today, they get to play on Tuesday.
And I always believe that game one is all game ones is because they can set up the tempo of the series.
So it's double foul on Viloria and
This is
Pacquiao.
only a short series because this is only a best of 3 affair. So double foul on Viloria and Rene Pacquiao.
And this started towards the end of the first game. Di ba, marami na rin kiskisan ng fourth quarter. And we were talking about San Juan not needing it because they were up big. And the carry over na dito sa game number 2.
Alforque. Dennison is in the game and also Agovida. Agovida missing at point blank range. It's a 7-point lead for the San Juan Kings. Mark Cruz with a beautiful spin and the follow by Rene Pacquiao.
See, just Mark Cruz being aggressive, attracting the attention of the help defense, leaving Pacquiao open to get an offensive rebound.
Rainiel, he gives it to Viloria. Agovida trying to create space. Dennison, inside pass is broken up by Rene Pacquiao. A different Jensen Warriors we are seeing right here in the first period mark.
That's good for them. Again, the impact of this guy, Mark Cruz. Wala sila nito last game. Guy scoring off the bench.
Cruz. Royce Alforque losing everything in there. Everybody.
Just blew by 4 white shirts.
(16-9), a minute 37 to go. Agovida keeping an eye on Hiruta. He puts the move. Here is Mark Cruz. Very aggressive here. Mark Cruz is 2 of 5 from the field. Shot clock at 3 seconds. Mark Cruz will throw it in for the Jensen Warriors. There's a foul against the San Juan Kings. That puts them in the penalty, so it's a bad foul. It's going to be on Ron Dennison.
And it's going to be a tough matchup for Ron Dennison because Balacuña is what, 6'5"? Playing
And he
the
moves
wing
around
spot.
a lot.
Yeah, and
Because he's a shooter.
it's an easy seal down there for Balacuña over Ron Dennison.
And is that a jinx or not?
Oh, no. Wala namang kinalaman yung free throw sa seal. Magkaibang kilos.
Earl Valacuña missing on his first. Did not play in game number 1, as I mentioned earlier. He's been in and out here in the PSL President's Cup, and he scored the last free throw. And in the game for the Jensen Warriors is Joey Liu. Oh, Viloria scoring over Joey Liu.
That's why you don't help off the corners because there's shooters in the corners.
Mark Cruz coming out from the screen. Rene Pacquiao asking for the ball. Liu. Nowhere to go. Mark Cruz, shot clock at 2. That's for 3. Yu keeping it alive. Here is Rene Pacquiao. Oh, what a move by Rene Pacquiao. Beautiful reverse, and that will be his second field goal of the game.
Great patience by Rene Pacquiao, just battling through two defenders for that layup.
In the first game, he was 0 of 2 from the field and played for only 6 minutes. Brainiel keeping it alive, misfiring downstairs.
Can't believe it. But he was shooting with his offhand. Shot with his right.
The San Juan Kings up by 6 points, 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Back here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. It's a 5-point lead for the San Juan Kings, making that 6-point lead for the San Juan Kings. 17 seconds to go. And our main game, game 2 of the Pangasinan Caloocan series. Aguvida, too strong. Hugnatan flying without the ball. 3 white shirts ganging up on him.
You can see the focus of the defense here for the Warriors, really trying to protect that paint.
Well, the San Juan Kings scored 32 points inside the shaded lane back in game number 1. It's 48%. Viloria is fouled by A.J. Benson. Did start in game number 1. That will be his first personal. And Viloria will go to the free throw line. Daniel Viloria. Scored 4 points in game number 1. All from the free throw line. He was perfect. 4 out of 4.
Not anymore.
Back in game number 1.
Missed his first.
Played for almost 13 minutes and he missed both free throws after making 4 straight in game number 1. 18 for the San Juan Kings. 12 for the Gensan Warriors. Second period is coming up next.
Mga ka-PSC, dito po tayo sa mainit na laban dito sa semifinals. Dito rin po yan sa Caloocan Sports Complex. At kakasama ko ngayon ang power couple na si Miss Carla at saka po si Sir Sunny. Ma'am, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin or i-shout out?
Yes po. Shout out po sa lahat ng taga-barangay 168. Santo Tomas Village 4 po, Dacocas residents.
Sir, kayo, may gusto kayong batiin?
Binabati ko po yung mama ko, yung nanonood po dito ngayon.
Ayan. At dahil dyan, dahil nag-shoutout kayo, meron kayong matatanggap na merch galing sa Sogo and Eurotel. And this shoutout is brought to you by Eurotel and Sogo. Maraming salamat po sa ating lahat.
second quarter action here in Caloocan. Joey Liu will start. Rene Pacquiao, Eloy Tan of Preco, and AJ Benson for the Gensan Warriors. They're down by 6 points. Better first quarter for the Gensan Warriors compared to their first game the other night, as Rainiel Hugnatan will score from long distance. The San Juan Kings scored 23 points in game number 1 in the first period. The Warriors scored 11 points in the first quarter back in game number 1. Benson lost it. He gets it back. Pacquiao, close range now. He has 6 points from that area.
And they need points in the paint. And Rene Pacquiao, one of the guys who can deliver that.
21-14 is our score. Royce Alforque puts the move. He gives it to Rainiel Hugnatan. Pacquiao on him. Pacquiao trying to reach in. Shot clock is 4. Oh, that's Eloy Tan. Going left and right. Apreco not expecting the pass. The last touch there. Rod Dennison. Arvin Gamboa in the game.
A much bigger front line here for the Kings, with Gamboa playing the 3, Hugnatan at the 4, and Govida at the 5.
The Warriors are shooting 31% from the field. 6 out of 19. Benson with a baseline attack. And too many turnovers committed by the Gensan Warriors here in the first half. That is turnover number 8. And that's a push on Joey Liu.
Tapos hindi niya aminin eh. Kitang-kita yung tulak.
And you can see the height difference.
Yeah.
The size, the weight. Rainiel Hugnatan versus Joey Liu.
That's just the failure of Liu to rotate down to Hugnatan and block him out.
That was a tight pass. Daniel. Basketball count. That was a fishing expedition.
Naka-bing-whip. That was a great move. You'll see what he did. Tan's right arm was down. Hinok ni Craniel right there. Pushed it up. Created the contact and finished through it.
As I mentioned earlier, Caniel Viloria was 4 out of 4 in game number 1, and he is 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Now he is 1 out of 3 from the line. And it's a 10-point lead, the largest here in the first half. Liu. That's a 3 from Liu.
That's one way to break that 2-1 half-court press. Hit immediately from the outside.
Liu was 1 out of 6 in game number 1 and scored 7 points, most coming from the free throw line. He was 4 out of 4. Hugnatan will try and will score again. That is his second from downtown, and the lead is backed up to 10 points. 7.5 remaining in the first half. We are glad that you can join us. And Eloy Tan with a difficult shot inside.
That's a great cut by Eloy Tan, leading the defense. You see, Alforque wasn't really looking at him. That's why Tan was able to cut through, and the pass from Pacquiao leads to the end one for Eloy Tan.
Eloy Tan with his first trip to the free throw line. 1 out of 3 in game number 1. Only 2 points, and did not go to the free throw line. Played for 12 minutes and 38 seconds. And he is a 57% free throw shooter. Let's check in with Andrea Veloso. Andrea.
Coach Alex Angeles is proud of what they accomplished in game 1, but he knows the job isn't done. He said they need to stay locked in defensively and keep making key stops. With the physicality of this series in mind, yesterday's focus was all about scouting and mental preparation, giving the team much needed rest. As Coach Alex put it, this game is bound to be aggressive and physical. And in the first half, we're already seeing that intensity. Now the question is, Sandy and Coach Mark, can someone sustain their momentum and finish this game stronger?
That's the question that is to be answered here in the game, as Wamar will miss the three-pointer. Lee Yu now with 5 points.
It's the contribution from different guys that make Jensen great in that elimination round.
You know, whenever Joey Lee Yu is playing, he always gives his 100%.
That's what you like.
He's running, he's rotating,
yeah.
he's defending, and he is an aggressive defender.
The influencer stopper, Joel Liu.
They're doubling up on Orlan Wamar, down on the floor. Wamar with the attack and will get the kind bounce.
Strong finish from Orlan Wamar.
Joey Lee Yu is fouled by Kanyel Viloria. Yu was hit in the face.
So was Viloria, obviously, holding on to his lip.
You know, and AC Soberano in the game for the first time. Hugnatan with 2 triples will sit down.
And you can see the versatility of this lineup for the Kings. Kanina, we saw 3 bigs, Hugnatan, Agovida, and Gamboa on the floor. This time, Coach Alex Angel is going to split lineup 3 guards. Soberano, Wamar, and right now...
He's been trying that combination since he took over.
Right now, it's Viloria, but
Sometimes they're very small, sometimes they're very tall.
big. Yeah. But Jensen has to be careful because it's the same lineup, this 3-guard lineup. Saan sila bumitaw ng game number 1? Talking about San Juan.
29-23, Joey Lee Yu played 2 years in high school for the University of San Carlos and then transferred to Far Eastern University.
Seems to be a common thing. Magka-high school muna sa Sandali, sa Cebu. Kasi lilipat ng FEU, no?
Oo.
Madaming ganun.
AC. Orlan Wamar, number 1 in assist here. AC is number 1 in 3-point field goal percentage. Dex Marquez. And it goes down 31-24.
And that's the beauty of having that small lineup. It frees up the paint for Dex Marquez to operate.
You know, he can operate in tight spaces, and that's a 3 from Marvin Janicio.
Janicio actually started that first game well. Hit 2 early threes that disappeared.
The only player to be in double figures in game number 1. He had 11. And big answer from AC Soberano.
Why would you leave AC Soberano wide open in the court? The league leader in 3-point percentage.
Yes. Wow. I saw you. You were acting after that, and you're very happy.
Always happy to see this. Ooh,
But this is a better game for Jensen without. Kyle Tolentino is not scoring for the team. He's 0 of 2 from the field.
And knowing Kyle Tolentino, he's a scorer. And obviously, he's been struggling. 1 of 14 combined in this series. He cannot force the issue here, knowing that Acuña's back, Mark Cruz is back. He has help. In the last game, the defense of San Juan really was keyed on him. He saw double teams. He saw help defenders, 3 help defenders, obviously, when he drives in the lane. And that's the thing with Kyle. He cannot force his offense in this game. He has help now in game number 2. What a pass. Oh, my goodness.
Ball goes out of bounds.
I love that Orlan Wamar is not afraid to push the issue when it comes to full court passes. Risk reward.
Point guards, they're prone to committing turnovers because of those risky passes.
But you'll give the league leader in assists. See the bench points, Andy. That's a good thing for Jensen, 24-16.
And in their first game, the bench of San Juan scored 42, only 21 for the Warriors. Here is Kyle Tolentino. Had 2 air balls in the first quarter, and Lee Yu missing from long distance. Wamar. And a turnover again for Orlan Wamar. Lee Yu flying and missing on the layup.
Can't miss those gimmies.
Gamboa. Wamar. John Galinato. Wamar with a floater going glass. That was a tough shot.
What's
There was a defender in front of him. Lee Yu will try again. This time he will score.
green light? Liu has the green light. Missed the layup, doesn't mind. It's another transition three-point shot.
Joey Lee Yu with his second triple of the game. He is 2 of 4 from long distance. Galinato also a deadly shooter, but he will not score that time. Marquez will try his lock. Oh!
It's a three-point party here in Caloocan.
39-30 is our score. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Mark Cruz, Kyle Tolentino is yet to score. Lee Yu with 2 triples already. He will fire again, and he comes up empty. And last touch is Arvin Gamboa. And Lee Yu is taken out by Aaron Hiruta. And Michael Calisan comes back for Arvin Gamboa.
Look at the transition three by Joel Liu. Doesn't care.
Had all day.
Had all day. And then a reply by Dex Marquez.
Mark Cruz with the bounce pass to Aprico.
Now look at this lineup for Gensan. Essentially, that's a 5 small lineup. Aprico who's playing the center.
Now the Warriors are shooting 12 out of 28 from the field here in the first half. And Orlan Wamar missing the layup.
Omar really aggressive, especially here in that second quarter. Kanina defensively, he was aggressive. That's why he had 2 fouls. See it again, crossing over Hiruta, using his body to protect the ball. Almost, and then one for the mustachioed Orlan Wamar.
Orlan Wamar at the free throw line. Played for Centro Escolar University when he was in college, but played high school basketball at the University of the Visayas. The San Juan Kings outscoring the Gensan Warriors here in the second period. 24-18. But this is still a better first half for the Gensan Warriors.
He'll take it.
Compared to their game 1 loss, as Kyle will score from long distance.
That has to feel good for Kyle Tolentino.
That is their 5th triple here in the first half.
Nice pass again.
I like the entry pass. Orlan Wamar going eye to eye with Michael Calisan. And Orlan Wamar, the #1 player in the assist department, recognizing Michael Calisan going into the hole. First field goal here in the second period for Michael Calisan. After this game, it's going to be Pangasinan versus Caloocan.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be a packed house. Packed house here. If game 1 was any indication, it's going to be crazy here later on tonight.
The Gensan Warriors Now 5 out of 13 from the three-point territory. San Juan 5 out of 9.
Zone look here for San Juan off the timeout.
That's a three. Hiruta. It rolls out. Oh,
Ooh,
look at Zach
what a
Wong
rebound.
climbing over Aprego to get the rebound. And here is Soriano, who missed the layup. Mark Cruz stops, shoots. Soberano.
Layup.
Bang!
That's a layup. AC that open. 55%. That's a layup.
You know, both teams in game number 1 had 5 triples. 5 for the Warriors and 5 for the San Juan Kings. And both teams here now with 11 triples
Combined.
all in all combined. Tolentino for 2. (45-37), a minute 35 to go. We'll be right back with more action. Daily Fantasy and Fantasy Sports ng Pilipinas pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa Daily Fantasy. Dahil dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Join now at playdailyfantasy.com and scan the QR code or click the link to answer the question on the forum for a chance to win 500 Daily Fantasy coins. And how about Cal Tolentino coming alive here in game number 2, scoring 5 points all here in the second period. And how about the Jensen Warriors calling a timeout?
I mean, they had one more. They could use it.
We'll be right back. Coach Mike Reyes is watching us right now. Thank you very much, Coach Mike.
All the way from Cebu.
Yes, they're asking if we have if we are live streamed today, and I said yes. I sent him the link. Oh, it turned out to be a good timeout for Jensen because San Juan able to score.
Probably San Juan thanking Jensen for another timeout. Kasi na-drawing nila mas maganda. The great press
diba?
break. And another dime for Orlan Momar. This time Soriano makes sure.
So the San Juan Kings is shooting 63% from the free throw line here in the first half. That's 7 out of 11. And rebounded by Rene Pacquiao. Kyle Tolentino with 5 points, 1 triple. Here in the second period, Hiruta. Mark Cruz spins. Beautiful separation, but Cruz unable to get the 2-pointer. And Womar step out of bounds. That is turnover number 9 for the San Juan Kings here in the first half.
And that's the number Coach Alex will not be happy about. Because
Tolentino, catch and shoot. Air ball again. Cruz! Oh, what a shot by Mark Cruz! That should be our move of the half.
problem, they're down.
Zach Wang. Unmolested there inside, even with a defender. He was able to get the two-pointer. Now he has 5 points. And it's a 10-point lead for the San Juan Kings. Hiruta cross it up, rebounded by Michael Calisan. Wamar, Hiruta on him. Calisan puts the move, fouled by Rene Pacquiao. You know, Michael Calisan is one of the strongest players here in the PSL.
Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Kumbaga sa boxing. See what happened here again. Michael Calisan just going downhill. Yung kaliwang kamay, and then Pacquiao was saying nakataas lang yung kamay. Nakababa yung dalawang kamay kanina. That's why he got called for a foul.
He will be celebrating his birthday on Feb 27. He will be 30 years old. He is also from Pampanga.
See, I told you, it's either Cebu or Pampanga. Wala bang iba?
At tingnan mo naman yung mga kasama niyang Cebuano dyan. Zach Wang, Orlan Omar, Galinato, Alforque.
Ikaw.
Dito lang ako. Ron Dennison.
Well, free throws becoming a problem here for
Yep.
the Kings. They're shooting 50% from the line.
Hiruta. Oh, Rene Pacquiao. And that will end our first half here in Caloocan. And let's check our move of the half. Here is Zach Kwang with the defender on him. And that was Kyle Tolentino trying to stop Zach Kwang. He was able to score over Kyle Tolentino. We'll be right back. You're watching the PSL semis here in Caloocan, 49-39. Hey, Hoop fans, welcome to the President's Cup Top 10 Plays of the Week. Let's dive straight into the action, starting with number 10. Here is Carl Tugin with the penetration. King Cortiza in the game. At number 9. Oh, good bounce pass by Fontanilla. That's the problem with the Bureau Beds, you know, very inconsistent with their defense. Top 8. Good backdoor play. Suruma recognizing the teammate.
Coach Philip Cesar not happy. Kanina nakaupo pa siya. Ngayon tumayo na.
Making it on 7th. Getting the rebound, but he turned the ball over. Bido with a ball fake and resulted to a field goal there for J.J. Bido. Confusing the defense of the Filipinas Navy Águilas. Sliding into number 6. Oh! Will they count it or not?
Wow! What a shot.
Well, that's how you close a quarter. And they will review it. So let's review it.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. That was good from the moment you let it go.
Wow.
Look at that.
Through at number 5. Oh! Big shot. Pamboy Raimundo. A three-pointer to finish the first quarter.
Cracking into the top four.
Oh, by Cyrus Tabi. How did he do that?
Cyrus Tabi.
He averaged 28 minutes here. He's a Russell Cup.
Again, slow-mo, Roy was all bad.
Podium time at number 3.
Katimbuhan. Oh, a lot of spin move there by John Katimbuhan.
My goodness. Where did he go? John Katimboa dropping the defenders like they were bad at it.
It's like, it's a case of now you see me, now you don't. Too many spins there for John Katimbuhan.
At number 2.
Did not start.
Ooh,
And he
nutmeg.
gets the steal.
Nutmeg. Look at that, 4 white shirts.
My guess with the finish.
4 white shirts on the
Bukakan
break.
din, no? Gonzaga did not play in the first half.
They're looking for the guru. Yes, Ron Dennis on him now. That's the risk.
And the top play of the week.
What a shot by Suwal. That was a prayer. With almost no more time remaining.
And that's one of the worst fouls that I've ever seen.
Kareem Huntley committing the foul.
That's a wrap for our top 10 plays of the week. Stay tuned for more basketball brilliance. And until next time, keep the hoop spirit alive.
Hawak ko ang laro.
Hi PSL fans, this is Orlan Omar Jr. of San Juan Kings. Sali na sa Daily Fantasy ang fantasy sports ng Pilipinas. Pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa Daily Fantasy. Dahil dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Join now at playdailyfantasy.com.
hawak ko ang laro.
Back here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex, San Juan 49, Gensan 39. Game 2 of the semis of the PSL Presidents Cup 2025. Sandy Grumo with their coach Mark Dandan. And let's take a look at some highlights back in the first half.
A high-scoring half here for the Kings. And if your coach got Alex Angeles, you like what you see. You're shooting 58% from the field in total, not just from 2, not just from 3. So that's the kind of flow that you want. On the other side, we talked about it. This is a better start to the half for the Gensan Warriors, but they're still down 10 points. Why? Because they're not able to generate multiple stops in a row. That has disabled them from going on big runs. They've scored 2 points, they scored 4 points straight. But we haven't seen them score 6, 8, 10 points in a row to really get back in this game.
Now let's take a look at the numbers brought to us by Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava.
As I said, the shooting for the Kings, 58% from the field. You look at the points in the paint, numbers that are usually dominated by the Kings, 20-14. Fast break points led by Orlando Mar, 10-2. But the bench points, this is where the Warriors are keeping things interesting. 31 bench points led by Mark Cruz, Valapuña, and the rest of that bench mob for the Warriors.
I'd like to point out the three-point scoring for both teams, because in their last game, both teams combined for 10 triples, but here they combined for 11 triples. And that's in the first half alone, Mark.
6 for San Juan and 5 for Gensan, but San Juan shooting 60%, 6 out of 10. Gensan, although they made 5, they're only shooting 5 of 16. Sandy.
How about the performance of Cal Tolentino? Did not score in the first half, but he was very aggressive. Did not score in the first quarter, but scored 5 points in the second period.
That's a sigh of relief for Cal Tolentino to see the ball go in. So we'll see if he's more aggressive here in the second half, because his team needs him to be the 20-point scorer once again.
Now we are set to start our third period here in Caloocan. In our daily fantasy and fantasy sports ng Pilipinas, pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa daily fantasy. Dahil dito sa daily fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Join now at dailyfantasy.com.
You look at this is one half of our marquee matchup. Dex Maquez is 9 points for Maquez. On the other side, Joel Liu leading the way with 10 points off the bench. 2 threes, and Rene Pacquiao trying to sign like a young guy.
Yes, Joel Liu was 1 out of 6 from the field in game number 1. Now he has 10 points. So a lot of players coming here to play for Gensan, and they're very aggressive in terms of scoring.
And going back to San Juan, Sandy, a little thing that's really disabled their offense. The free throw shooting, they're only shooting 7-14, 50%. business, and as well as the turnovers for San Juan. They have 9 turnovers. Remember, they only had 10 total in game number 1. So the turnovers and the missed free throws really disrupting the offensive flow. And given that they've scored 49 points, it shot 58% from the field. You know they could have done better.
You know, in game number 1, only Marwin Junicio, who was in double figures, he scored 11 points the entire game. And Joy Liu with 7, AJ Benson with 9 points. But here in the game, Liu with 10, Rene Pacquiao with 6, Cal Tolentino with 5, and we'll be right back with the third period. Don't go away. So the San Juan Kings will start with, here in the third period, they will start with Michael Calisan, Crania Veloria, Orlan Wamar, Dex Marquez, and Zach Wang. While the Jensen Warriors will start with Joey Liu, Val Acuña, Nico Elorde, Preco, and Larry Rodriguez. A non-factor here in the semis, Mark.
Which is very disappointing probably for the staff of the Warriors, as you see a turnover. And Liu continuing.
He always
great
gets
start.
first left because that is his strong side.
Left-handed.
Fast break points. That is the second only for the Jensen Warriors, and they cut down the lead. But the lead is back to 10 points now because of Caniel Veloria. He's very active here in game number 2.
He doesn't blow by you, but he has shifty moves in the paint to get some space to shoot.
How about Nico Elorde and Orlan Wamar in the first quarter? Have their moments there.
Early chippiness there from both point guards.
Dex Marquez getting the rebound for the San Juan Kings. 3. And it's a foul on Zach Wang.
See Wang being a little too aggressive, trying to get that loose ball. It's hard to go around the blockout of Felix Apreco.
Oh, yes. The number 1 rebounder last season, Felix Apreco.
Record holder 29 rebounds.
Liu. Inside to Larry Rodriguez. Rodriguez is still scoreless here in the game. Had 2 points in game number 1. Michael, no problem for him to score. And Michael Calisan now with 9 points. And the San Juan Kings shooting 20 of, making that 21 of 35 from the field. Acuna misfiring from long distance. Michael drives.
Another fast break point there for the Kings. And Calisaan, another day in the office. It's 11 points. He has 4 rebounds.
55-41. Game 2 of the semis. Coming up next, also game 2 of the Caloocan Pangasinan series. Rodriguez. Oh, yes! Rodriguez with his first field goal of the game. He is from Narvacan in Ilocos Sur. Played college basketball. He's from PMI Colleges. Born May 5, 1983. So he's 41 years old. Why are you giving that kind of laugh?
No, because he's at 41. He's still putting up great numbers.
Yes. Here is Nico Elorde. Back out to Liu. No hesitation for 3. Picked up by Michael Calisan.
I like that rebounding matchup between Huang and Felix Aprecu.
Oh, look at that. Wamar damaging the brainwaves of Nico Elorde.
Staring down Nico right after that great move.
Orlan Wamar scoring for the San Juan Kings. 57-44. Shot clock at 12. Val Acuna. Outside to Larry Rodriguez. Yes, that is his second from downtown.
Immediately, must have been a sigh of relief to see that trickle in the first 3. Now he's more confident.
We're asking for it. Now he has 2 triples already.
See it again there. Oh, first the great pass or the great crossover by Orlan Wamar, leaving behind Nico Elorde.
Let's check in with Andrea Veloso. Andrea.
Despite being down by 10 points, Coach Elvis Tolentino remains surprisingly calm in the dugout. He wants to set the tone for his players, emphasizing that their biggest issue in the first half was playing too tight and letting emotions take over. So his message is clear. There's no need to overthink or get frustrated. Stick to the game plan, trust the coaches, and refocus. That's the key to a comeback. Meanwhile, Gama Evangelista is dealing with right knee pain and needs rest, but he's still available to play. Let's see if Jensen can turn things around here in the second half. Back to you guys.
You know, it's good to see that the Jensen Warriors are showing their emotions here in the game compared to their last game at the Novadesi. In game number 1, they showed no emotions at all.
Yeah, they had 0 energy to start that game. That's why they were blown out early. And as Andrea said, you know, Coach Elvis, the picture of calm there on the bench so far.
Yeah. I remember that game when they were defeated by the Caloocan Supremos in Binyan, where they threatened to walk out. Michael Calisan again.
In the flex by the big boy.
And Michael Calisan with 13 points and 4 rebounds. He is at the top 5 in the offensive rebounding department here. Oh, Nico, way off the target.
Not the shot you wanted if you're coach's staff from Jensen Warriors.
9-point lead for the San Juan Kings. Marquez is wide open.
Zach Huang flying in out of nowhere. Wala tumulong sa kanya, patayo. Ayun.
Oh, it's going to be on Felix.
Started to become a war of attrition in the paint. Michael Calisan, a bit more aggressive here in the second half. See the shot there, the block out by Felix Huang, right there in the picture and kanya-kanyang sabit lang yan.
Zach Wang attacking the baseline. He gives it to Michael, no problem. Now he has 15 points here in the game.
Death Taxes and Michael Calisan scoring the paint.
Also, Marwin Dionisio, a non-factor here in game number 2.
No, he only had that great first quarter, 2 threes in game 1, and then made like Casper. Now he's a ghost.
And the ghost is still sitting down there. He is seeing limited minutes here in the in game number 2. Val Acuna fading away, very short. Wamar, Marquez, another assist for Orlan Wamar. .61 for the San Juan Kings. The Warriors 50. Orlan Wamar with another assist. Dex Marquez another field goal. You know, we saw the game day ritual of Rainy Lugnatan. Disciplined athlete.
And there's a reason why at 46 he's performing at a high level, because he takes care of his body. He's an ultimate professional. You see the points in the paint. San Juan dominating with Marquez and Calisan dominating the paint. 34-16 in terms of points in the paint. Going back to Papa Ray, you know, when you take your body at 46, you're able to perform at peak levels.
The San Juan Kings now 50% shooting from the free throw line and 50% shooting from long distance, 6 out of 12. Calisan. Rene Pacquiao and Zach Wang fighting for that basketball. Arvin Gamboa checks back in for Zach Wang. And Gamboa joining Viloria, Wamar, Marquez, and Calisan. Dionisio, short.
Still Casper.
Hiruta, Mark Cruz, Jason Strait seeing action for the first time. Rene Pacquiao, Val Acuna, and Marwin Dionisio for the Warriors.
Point forward, Arvin Gamboa.
He's been doing that so many times already here in the tournament. Wamar with the attack. You know, how will you stop Orlan Wamar?
You have to help somebody. You can just allow Orlan Wamar a stroll in the park for a layup.
A 15-point lead for the Kings, the largest here in the game. Mark Cruz with 2 triples. All in the first half. Cruz with a little separation and a tough shot.
Mark Cruz, 6 points. At this point, they need more than 6 points from the Ant-Man.
6 points, 1 assist. I made the 1 rebound and 3 assists. Rebounded by Dionisio. Cruz brings it down, met by Viloria. Screen by Dionisio. Cruz scores!
He heard me. Counted down. Bad closeout by Michael Calisan.
I'll be the first of Michael Calisan. Mark Cruz will go to the free throw line for the first time.
See it again, the late closeout by Michael Calisan. Mark Cruz. Count them. 1, 2, and 3. +1. So nice, he had to see it thrice.
Mark Cruz with 9 points here, all from long distance, and he cuts down the lead back to 10. And a chance to close the gap, and he completes the three-point play. So Mark Cruz in double figures right now with 10 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Foul on Marwin Dionisio. It's his first personal. Not many fouls given up here in the third period with 2 minutes and 26 to go. Both teams in 2 fouls.
They gave up a lot of free throws, both these squads in the first half, so they don't want to
Especially
get
in the first period.
They don't want to get in the penalty early.
Gamboa draws the double coverage taken away by Pacquiao. He gives it to Strait, who finds trouble with it. Cruz is open for 3. Big shot after big shot. The Ant-Man is scoring at will from long distance. Mark Cruz with his 5th triple of the game, wide open. Bullseye. Daily Fantasy and Fantasy Sports ng Pilipinas. Pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa Daily Fantasy. Anong team ang kinabibilangan ni Felix Preco nung nakaraang President's Cup 2024? Scan the QR code or click the link to answer the question on the form for a chance to win 500 Daily Fantasy points. This brought to us by Daily Fantasy. Rainhill in the game now. The Kings up by 6. Hugnatan will try to quiet the Warriors. Now they are in possession. Mark Cruz with 5 triples already here in the game. Had 2 and a first half. Cruz, another from downtown. That is a 6th from long distance.
Mark Cruz is on a heater here in the third. Oh my goodness.
He is a flamethrower.
See it again there. The failure to recognize by Royce Alforque. Sagging off Mark Cruz. Why would you sag off a guy who's hit 2 straight 3-point shots?
And he cuts down the lead to 3, 65 to 62. Royce Alforque is fouled. And Royce Alforque will go to the free throw line. For the first time here in the game, Alforque played 15 minutes in game number 1 and scored 7 points, and he was 1 out of 4 from the field and did not go to the free throw line. Well, he was 5 out of 6, by the way, from the line in game number 1. That's 83% shooting in game number 1 at the free throw line.
Mark Cruz has 12 points here in the third quarter, Sandy. He had 4 in the first half.
All from the three-point territory. Huge here. That's Senator Coach Jingoy Estrada on your screen.
Not happy.
Of course.
He's not happy with the events here.
Well, the Gensan Warriors will try to keep and extend this series to game 3. Gamay Bangilista. Toss it out. Picked up by nobody.
Ay, that right knee is hurting. You can see it there. Hindi niya malagyan ng weight kanina. That's how he had to suddenly stop. And immediately, Felix Apreco checks in. He couldn't do anything about that right knee. Pag stop niya, sumakit, naipit siya bigla.
The Gensan Warriors, in their 8 wins, multiple players scored in double figures each game. And in their 3 losses, including game 1, there was only 1 game where 2 players scored in double figures. Alforque, he sprays it to Dennison for 3. The Warriors will try to extend the series to game number 3. They are in the brink of elimination. Jason Straight. Air ball. So many air balls for the Gensan Warriors here in the game. Fourth quarter is coming up. 67-62. We'll be right back. The San Juan Kings, they are ahead.
PSL, nandito po tayo nagbabalik sa Caloocan Sports Complex para sa ating in-game trivia hatid sa atin na Daily Fantasy. Dito hawak mo ang laro. At ngayon kasama ko si Miss Jana. Miss Jana, meron ka bang gustong batiin or shout out?
Ayan, hello po sa Basta Enriquez family at kay Cha, kay Tita, huwag ka nang mag-alinlangan pa.
Ayan, anong team ang sinusuportahan mo sa game na ito?
Gensan Warriors, si Eloy Tan.
Ayan, at dahil dyan, ready ka na ba para sa ating in-game trivia?
Yes, ready na.
Ayan, ito ang ating trivia question. Anong team ang kinabibilangan ni Felix Apreco nung nakaraang President's Cup 2024?
QC Pablo Escobets.
Ayan, sure ka na ba ma'am sa sagot mo?
100%.
Ayan. At dahil dyan, QC Pablo Escobets is the correct answer. Dahil dyan, nanalo ka na special loot bag sa tid sa atin ng Daily Fantasy. Sige sir, ibigay mo na po. At sa ating mga manonood, please join us at playdailyfantasy.com. Dahil dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Magbabalik po ang Pilipinas Super League.
Hawak ko ang laro.
What a performance by Mark Cruz. Big time scorer for the Gensan Warriors.
16 points, 12 in that third quarter. Went on a heater. Three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. Also had a 4-point play. Thanks to him, they're back in this game, only down 5 points to start the fourth.
They were down by as many as 15 points, and that's history already. This is the fourth and final quarter. Marvin Dionisio back in the game. They need his numbers here, and also Kyle Tolentino. He rises up for 2. Can't get it to fall, and we have a loose ball foul. Referee Chester Guy calling the foul against Marvin Dionisio for holding on.
Tend to always foul there on Marvin Dionisio. Again, a non-factor here for his team. Oh, quick 1-2-1-1 press here. Nice move from Royce Alforque. Slowing down just enough to fool the help defense for the layup.
Hiruta, Dionisio, Apreco, Pacquiao, and Tolentino. Oh! Another three-pointer for the Warriors.
No, this looks like the Jensen Warriors of the elimination round.
Oh, Zach Wong with a slow-motion drive.
Marlon Dionisio has to focus on basketball and not complaining to the referees. He's asking for a charge. Nice
And
pass.
Rene is unmolested there, untouched. Another 2 points for Rene Pacquiao. He has 8 points.
Here comes the zone press again. Poor shot there by John Galinato.
And
Scrambling.
it's going to be a jump ball, and we will be using the possession arrow.
And again, who's on the floor? It's Apreco and Huang.
Coming up next, our main game here, Caloocan will play host versus the visiting Pangasinan Abono Reapers. And the Reapers will try to come back, try to win here at the home of the Caloocan Supremos. Wamar! Oh, what a shot from Orlan Wamar! It's a three-pointer from Orlan.
That hurts.
You know, the Jensen Warriors are in the midst of a run, but Orlan Wamar able to score from the three-point territory, his first here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, who do you go to when you need a bucket? It's Orlan Wamar. He can generate plays, he can pass. More importantly, he can knock it down. Coming off the inbound play. Draining the three.
Kyle.
Nice block out.
That's how he backs out.
Yeah. Didn't even need to jump.
Royce not forcing the issue. Back out to Orlan Wamar. Gamboa and Felix keeping an eye on him. That's a three.
Oh.
Well, if you can score from that area, we will score also.
Very confident looking shot from Arvin Gamboa there. The reverse pick and roll. Gamboa and Wamar set the ball screen.
The lead is back to 10 points as Africa will score inside. Plenty of time to go.
Alforque late rotating down to Felix Apreco who rolled off that ball screen action. Gets the end one.
Apreco with his second field goal of the game. He has 8 rebounds and 1 assist.
The great roll by Apreco and the extra pass by Rene Pacquiao. Alforque has to know quick that Jensen rotates their weak side bigs.
It's the problem with the Warriors. They're shooting 62% from the free throw line. Wamar. Mike Kez in the game. He provides the screen. Wamar. Zach Wong from the corner. And rebounded by Rene Pacquiao.
You live with that. If you're
that's a
Jensen,
trouble.
that one you can't live with.
He lost track of where he was.
Ang ganda ng timing ni Orlan Wamar. He saw the cross-court pass coming to Joel Liu.
Inunahan niya yung crossover eh. Parang
Oh.
ganun naman.
Look at it. Wamar had his eyes on the cross-court pass the whole way. From Pacquiao, the outlet. He was right there. Pagtanggap ni Liu. Nabigla.
Nagulat, nabigla, nawala. "15 seconds remaining in the shot clock." That's a push on Royce Alforque.
He didn't have to do that. He had the advantage with Mark Cruz.
Royce Alforque playing a lot of minutes here in game number 2 compared to his other games.
That's 4 on Royce Alforque.
Even if he is in foul trouble, he continues to play.
See it again there. He had the mismatch. No need for the push-off.
Yep. Especially naka-stay-low na si Mark Cruz eh.
Yeah.
And he is, what, 3 inches taller than Mark Cruz, maybe 4. Kyle Tolentino. Inside to Rene.
Go.
Zach Wang recovers. It gives it to Gamboa. Wamar.
Clear out here for Orlin Wamar.
On an island against Aprico. Marquez. Back out to Wamar.
Oh no.
Good rotation though. Nico Elorde comes down with it.
Warriors dodging a bullet there. An open three-point shot in the corner for Wamar.
Pacquiao inside for 2. And Rene Pacquiao scoring at will inside. He is now in double figures. He just averaged 5 points a game and 3 rebounds in 13 minutes of action.
Pacquiao doing well here.
Yes.
Double figure scoring for the big guy. It's a review. It's a review. So we might review counter. This is our third.
Again, the Gensan Warriors showing some signs of life here in game number 2. They've been threatening to come back so many times already, especially in terms of three-point shooting. There's been a lot of threes from the Warriors, pero sumasagot din yung San Juan Kings no?
So every time na may nag-threaten the Warriors, Kings have had an answer.
How about the Gensan Warriors? 12 triples. Wow, they changed the call.
Where? It's a foul on Aprico?
After the shot of Rene Pacquiao? Yes. After the shot of Rene Pacquiao, so there will be no bonus free throw for Rene Pacquiao.
So there's no foul on Marquez. It wasn't an end one. The foul was away from the action.
That's why the officials reviewed the play. A 6-point lead for the Kings with plenty of time remaining. Three, Wang. Kyle Tolentino, Mark Cruz, Nico Elorde, Pacquiao and Aprico. For the Warriors, Aprico coming out to screen. The hard show by Zach Wang. Pacquiao, shot clock at 5. Tolentino. Foul. That's Aprico. With a retrieval. Elorde, Wamar on him. There's the cut by Kyle Tolentino, and it was a bad pass.
That's Felix Aprico at his best, getting you second or third opportunities with his skill, rebounding. Remember, he had 13 rebounds in game 1. He has 9 here tonight.
Rene Pacquiao with a good seal there against Marquez. He throws it up and scores! What a performance by Rene Pacquiao.
12 points, 4 rebounds for the big boy from Cebu.
I've never seen him score like this one. Even when I was covering him back in college, when he was playing for Southwestern University. His teammates were what? Remember Eloy Poligratis? That was his teammate.
That's a
Zanoria.
That's a name. Poligratis.
Yes. And he completes the three-point play. So far, this is his best scoring output here in the PSL.
What a time for it to come.
77-74, Marquez.
Is that a shot fake?
And there was no one in front of him, but he did not take it.
1-3-1 zone for Gensan.
Pacquiao getting the rebound for the Warriors. And a chance to close the gap. They're down by only 3. They were down by as many as 15 points. Pacquiao inside to Aprico. And a bad pass. But ball will stay with General Santos. And players pointing in different directions. Yeah, it's going to be Gensan basketball.
They're hard showing on all ball screens, even on Nico Elorde.
Shot clock at 5. Mark Cruz for 3. Way off the target. Another air ball. For the Warriors, that is their 7th air ball here in the game.
That's one he rushed.
That's a record already.
He had to rush that one because the shot clock was running out.
Marquez now. Pacquiao. Oh, trying to reach in and he lost it, but there is Michael Calizan turning garbage into gold.
Michael Calizan, death taxes, and Calizan scoring in the paint.
Calizan with 17 points and 5 rebounds. Elorde. Pacquiao,
He can make that.
4-3.
Oh!
Oh!
Rene Pacquiao throwing haymakers, Sandy.
Before the game, outside, I talked to him and he said, we will win this game. Let's see if they will win this game. They're down by 2. 79-77. 3 minutes and 20 to go. Picked up by AC Soberano. Inside to Michael.
Oh, what a
Marquez.
play.
What a play for the San Juan Kings. Big guys passing to each other.
What a connection. Omar to Calizan to Marquez. The turnover, San Juan 14,
There's the
just 11.
separation. Mark Cruz not able to hit the three-pointer.
See it again there. Look at the pass first from Omar from half court. And the extra to Dex Marquez. The three-headed dragon for the Kings.
Kawawa si Rene Pacquiao. No,
Nalito eh.
Nalito eh.
Pinahasa dun biglang nasa kabila.
Parang alley-oop eh, no?
Oh,
Pero hindi.
double alley-oop.
Ang maganda doon, nag-uusap eh. AC Soberano.
Why would you sag off AC Soberano?
Yeah, that's the problem because he is #1 in three-point field goal percentage. Tapos magsasag ka, no?
Oh, great read.
Here is Pacquiao. Elorde. Oh, way off.
Oh, they have to calm down.
Yes.
They have to calm down. They have to calm down. And Orlin Mamara is in front of us asking for a foul. He's right there.
Well, the San Juan Kings are over the foul limit. While the Jensen Warriors with a foul to give. RB Mangas, the assistant coach, not happy with the call. And who does?
Ang problema na naman dyan, Sandy, since katabi natin yung technical team, tayo na naman tinitignan. Parang kasalanan natin. See here, the miss by Elorde. I don't know. But the referees are right there. They saw better than us. They have a better angle. Oh.
You know, Preco with his second miss at the free throw line here in the game.
Not his
Hindi
cup
pa
of
siya
tea.
nakaisa dito.
Oh. It's not the place where he's comfortable.
Yes.
Oh, you'll take that if you're Jensen. 1 out of 2.
84-78. Preco with 5 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist.
Again, double figure rebounding here for Preco once again. He had 13 in game 1 and 10 here in game 2.
Crania Valoria. 2 minutes and 10 remaining. 3-point field goals. Jensen 13 threes here. San Juan with 9. Another 2 points from Michael Calizan. You know, Michael Calizan, an excellent scorer inside the shaded lane. Heruta. Rene. Got stuck in there against 2 blue shirts. And look at Michael Calizan showing his emotion.
Great job by San Juan, rotating, pressuring the basketball. What a stop to get here in the last 2 minutes.
86-78, a minute 35 remaining in the fourth quarter. If San Juan Kings will win here, they will get the first finals berth. And we'll wait for the result of the Caloocan Pangasinan series that is coming up after this game. My guess.
Oh my goodness!
How did he lose Kyle Tolentino?
Pivots. Kids, pivot well. Gives you space.
Mark Cruz. Dionisio. By Rene Pacquiao, throws it up. And Calisan takes care of it. And he was fouled by Aaron Hiruta.
What a game, Sandy, for Michael Calisan. 19 points. That was his 6th rebound. And his frontline partner, Dex Marquez, 13 points, 10 boards. What a source of strength for the Kings.
10-point lead for the San Juan Kings with 51 seconds remaining. AC, yung tres niya kanina, yun yung masakit. Kasi humahabol eh.
Oh my goodness.
That was a hard foul given up by Rene Pacquiao.
I was saying that he was throwing haymakers. He's scoring on offense. I wasn't meaning this.
It was like Peter Biev and Bivol, who fought earlier this morning for the light heavyweight crown.
If that's above the shoulders. Look at that. That could be a DQ.
It could be a disqualifying foul.
And what a waste, because Pacquiao was playing well. Why would he do that? Alas, it's only in his head. Oh!
Hindi kasi yung motion din ni... It was just an ordinary foul.
Yeah.
Ang motion kasi ni Kalisa
Paharap.
pasok eh. Oh.
But he still fouls out.
Oh,
That was his fifth.
panglima na rin. But what a performance for Rene Pacquiao. Biggest scoring game for him.
16 points, 6 rebounds.
Even sa college, hindi ko nakita
Di
score
talaga
siya ng
siya
ganyan.
ganyan, di ba?
Huwag ka na magalit sa akin, Rene, ha?
Then now Calisan reaching the 20-point mark. Another day in the office for the big guy.
Yes. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 9 out of 11 from the field. And goes 2 out of 2. That's 22 already.
Impressive game.
12-point lead. The closest was at 3 points.
Yeah.
Apreco. So that will do it. Baby, baby, baby. 20 seconds to go.
Looks like the Kings will book for slots, Andy.
Warriors with a final push. And Tolentino throws it away.
It's just been that kind of series for Kyle.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, that was it.
But not without a scare, folks. Even Senator Jinggoy Estrada is, I don't think he's happy with this win.
The most important thing is they're in the finals.
For the first time since last year. So the San Juan Kings will get the first finals berth by way of defeating the Gensan Warriors. And our move of the game. Wamar Calisan finding Dex Marquez. Eye-to-eye contact between 3 players. Beautiful play for the San Juan Kings. Final score 90 for the San Juan Kings, 78 for the Gensan Warriors. The Warriors shooting 42% from the field. It's 29 of 69, and Our best player of the game is Michael Calisan. What a performance, another day in the office for Michael Calisan. All his points came inside from the shaded lane.
I told you, Michael Calisan, death, taxes, Michael Calisan scoring in the paint, and Michael Calisan being the best player of the game.
And I think
BC.
our courtside reporter, Andrea Veloso will talk to our best player of the game, Michael Calisan. All right, Andrea, take it away.
Thanks, Sandy. Our best player of the game with 21 points rather, and 6 rebounds, Michael Calisan of San Juan Kings. Michael, grabe yung naging laro. You guys started strong, pero nung dumikit na yung Jensen, medyo naging mainit na. Emotions were high. Paano mo ba na panatili yung sarili mong kalmado?
Simple lang, sumusunod lang ako dun sa mga gusto ng coaches namin. At the same time, yung mga kasama ko, syempre yung familiarity namin, yung chemistry namin nandun na eh. Nakita naman natin the end ng game. Mag-stick kami doon kahit anong mangyari sa coaches namin. Although bago sila, hindi naman nila kami binibigla eh. So dahan-dahan, pero ang maganda sa amin is yung chemistry eh. Matagal na kami magkakasama diyan sa loob. Naglalagay na lang sila unti-unti. So yun yung...
Michael, pasok na kayo sa finals at abangan pa natin kung sino yung mga katapat nyo. Gaano ka nakahanda doon?
For now siguro mag-rest muna kami bukas din. Depende kala coach kung anong namin. Siguro papanoorin namin to kahit naman sino dyan sa talagang malakas talaga eh. Hindi pwedeng magpabaya. So yun, for now pahinga muna siguro.
Michael, magpasalamat ka na.
Unang-una siyempre sa Panginoon sa binigay niyang panalo sa amin. Kay Senator Jingo Estrada, Boss Jeremy Go, Boss James Go, Boss Monching Telisayon, Go for Gold Pills, Scratch Hits Cards, CSU Amusop, Armor on Pills, BFF Party List, siyempre sa Mrs. ko si Step, baby ko po, Baby Monique, Mateo, Pagaling Kanak, si Coco, mama at papa ko, si Mama Tess, Papa Carding, si in-laws ko, si Mama Jo, Papa ko, si Mamila sa bahay, at saka yung mga kaibigan ko sa Bebe Abu Boys, Tolome, #1 probiotic.
Congratulations, Michael, and of course to San Juan Kings for getting into the finals. Back to you guys.
So the Kings will wait for the winner of the series, the Caloocan versus Pangasinan. Thank you very much, Coach Mark Dandan and Andrea Veloso. We'll be right back with the Pangasinan Caloocan series. Don't go away. You're watching the PSL Presidents Cup 2025, the semifinal series.